Gemini, this one's for you. We're about to dive deep into your celestial map for 2026. We're going to look at every major part of your life to see what the universe has in store. So, let's get right into it.
So, the big question, what is the universe cooking up for you in 2026? We're going to explore all of it, the main themes, your biggest opportunities, and maybe a few moments that'll ask for just a little bit more of your attention.
You know, the overall theme for your year is really a tale of two halves. 2026 is going to kick off with some really grounding, stable energy. But then, right around the middle of the year, things shift dramatically. The door just swings wide open for some sudden and really exciting growth.
To get the full picture, here's our game plan. We'll start with the year's vibe. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of career and wealth, your personal growth and spirit, love and family, and, of course, health. And don't worry, we'll wrap it all up with a super handy year-to-glance summary.
First up, let's talk about your professional life and your finances. The theme here is a powerful one. It's all about moving from a steady, kind of predictable pace into a period where things can absolutely take off.
So, as 2026 begins, don't be surprised if your career or your business feels a bit moderate. The first part of the year is all about stability, not some explosive movement. You might even feel a little friction with partners or bosses. But seriously, think of this as the calm before a very, very productive storm.
And you can see that two-part story playing out right here. From January to May, things are stable, maybe a little slow. But look at that middle block. From June 2nd to October 31st, that is when a window for sudden growth just flies open. After that, your focus is going to shift to growing through communication and creativity, which, plays right into your natural Gemini strengths. The key takeaway? Just be patient at the start and be ready to pounce mid-year.
Okay, let's get more specific with your finances. You might want to mark these dates down. First, April 2nd to June 21st is a fantastic period for a sudden income boost. Then, as the year closes out, from November 12th to the end of December, your own hard work is really set to pay off in a big, big way.
And for your career, you have several little power pockets scattered throughout the year. Get ready, there's mid-March to mid-May, then a month from mid-August, a really long stretch from early September to early December, and another solid month right at the end of the year. These are your key moments to push for that promotion or launch that big project you've been thinking about.
Now let's shift gears and talk about our next section, which is all about you, your personal, intellectual, and spiritual development. 2026 offers a huge opportunity to expand your mind, but it also brings a pretty unique challenge. The first part of the year is absolutely golden for education and learning. Seriously, if you're studying for competitive exams or trying to master a new skill, the stars are totally aligned for you. But, and this is a big but, that intense focus isn't going to last all year, and you'll need to be mindful of distractions that pop up later on.
Here's how it breaks down. Until the end of October, your concentration is at its peak. This is your prime time for success in any kind of learning. But after that, friends and colleagues might start to pull your attention away. And from November 25th onward, you might find you really have to struggle to maintain that focus. So the message is clear. Tackle your biggest mental challenges before winter really sets in. On a spiritual level, 2026 is an incredibly rich year for you. There are two key periods, from late January to mid-May, and then again from early October onward, that are just perfect for deep inner work. It's a year that really encourages profound self-analysis, and hey, you might even find yourself embarking on a long-distance spiritual journey.
Next up, let's talk about the heart of the matter, your relationships. This year is going to ask you to navigate some really interesting dynamics with both your family and your romantic partners.
And here we see another one of those fascinating dualities. For your established, long-term relationships, there might be some friction. It could be a year where issues kind of come to the surface, requiring you to work through some turmoil to renew that bond. But at the exact same time, the potential for brand new relationships is super strong.
Looking at the timeline for your family life, the period up to June 2nd might see some ego clashes pop up. But it's also a time when a new family member could arrive, which is exciting. Then, just like with your career, that mid-year window from June 2nd to October 31st is a golden period of happiness and satisfaction. After that, just be mindful that your workload could cause you to seem a little distant at home.
All right, let's talk about something incredibly important, your health and well-being. For the most part, 2026 looks pretty good for you, but there are some very specific periods where you're going to need to be extra cautious.
Please pay close attention to these dates. The very start of the year, from January 1st to February 23rd, requires some extra care. Then again in the summer, from June 21st to August 2nd. And finally, that period after November 25th could see some old health issues reappear. But outside of these windows, your health should be quite good.
So, here's the crucial point, and it's a specific warning from the source material. During those caution periods we just mentioned, be particularly careful when you're driving or using any kind of vehicle. It's a simple piece of advice, but one that can make a huge difference.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground. So now, let's pull it all together into one final, clear roadmap that summarizes your entire year ahead.
This table right here really captures the whole rhythm of your year. Do you see that sweet spot from June 2nd to October 31st? It just keeps popping up. That's your key window for both career and relationships. For education, you have a much longer runway, all the way to the end of October. The caution windows are also crystal clear. A slowdown at work early on, maybe some friction in relationships before June, and of course those specific health periods to watch. Honestly, think of this as your cheat sheet for 2026.
And there you have it. Your celestial map for 2026 is laid out, with its really distinct halves of stability and then sudden growth. The path is clear. The only question left is, with your amazing natural adaptability, how are you going to navigate both sides of this remarkable journey?